Hello and welcome to Make It Happen with Will Polston. I'm Will Polston. This is episode number 117, and in this episode I'm going to be talking about setting up 2022 to win. So if you haven't listened to it already, I highly recommend you go back and listen to episode 116, which was all about reviewing the previous year. So in essence, reviewing 2021. And the reason for this is this particular document that I shared and spoke about, the annual self-assessment. The first two parts of that really are setting you up to have an understanding of how you performed in the previous year, so then you can get clear about where you're going. Because truly, if we ever really want to know where we want to go, we've got to know where we're starting. It's a bit like a sat nav. If you just punch in the destination, it's no use until the sat nav's worked out exactly where you are, because then it can create the appropriate roadmap to get you to where you want to get to, and it works in exactly the same way. So if you haven't done already, go back, listen to episode 116, go through the questions that I share with you and share the resource for the annual self-assessment and work through. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about in order to set yourself up to win in 2022 is get clear on your North Star. Now, if you're not clear on your North Star, it's not a problem, because you can go back to listen to episode number 1 where I talk about it in detail. I cover creating your North Star trajectory, how to identify your Ikigai, which is a Japanese concept that means reason for being. So rather than me recap it all now, what I would much rather you do, you're going to get so much value by going all the way back and listening to episode number 1. In addition to that, in order for you to live a really congruent year in 2022 and ensure that you live aligned and feel fulfilled, is you're going to need to listen to episode number 2 as well, which is identify your values. Now, by identifying what your North Star is, by identifying your values, that will help you shape a really clear outlook for the future. Then once you've done that, then what we can do is we can reverse engineer those goals to create what I call your North Star trajectory. So your 10-year, 5-year, 3-year, 1 year, 90-day and 30-day goals, which will obviously be your monthly goals. Then from your monthly goals, then what you can look at doing is putting yourself in the best possible position to achieve those outcomes by setting weekly actions that you're going to fulfill to ensure, essentially micro actions, the little stepping stones that are going to get you to where you want to be. Because success, however you define it, is a lot of small things done well. So when we know what the small things are, which we can get from identifying what the big things are, you'll be amazed at the progress that you can make when you're doing that consistently. So essentially, this episode is telling you to go back and listen to episode number 1, listen to episode number 2, because they are going to give you the framework to be able to set up to win. Now, if you're someone that really wants to become more efficient and more effective in 2022, then I also highly recommend that you listen to the Master Your Time episodes. In these episodes, I share everything to do with how you can really be super efficient and super effective when maximizing your time. I introduce the concept of the fact that there's no such thing as time management, only priority management, and then give you some really practical ways that you can maximize your time by leveraging and identifying what your priorities are. So I hope you've found this beneficial, but you're not going to find it as beneficial as you will if you don't go and listen to episodes 1, episodes 2. So episode 1 on create your North Star, episode 2 on identify your values, and then episode 17 and episode 18 are the episodes on master your time. So they're great to go back and recap and be able to take the nuggets from those. I highly recommend that you do that. So whatever it is that you decide that you want to achieve in 2022, I truly hope that you succeed in that and you're able to make the progress that you want to make, and I would love to know what that is. So feel free to come and join the Make It Happen community group on Facebook and share with me what that goal is. Have a bit of public accountability of what it is that you're going to achieve once you've identified what that is in 2022. I'd love to know. Until next time, make it happen.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Make It Happen with Will Polston podcast. Make sure you join Will's free Facebook group, the Make It Happen community. Please support the show by subscribing on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Google Play. Share this episode with at least one friend you think would benefit from it, and give Will a 5-star review wherever you download your podcasts. Until next time, make it happen.